This is group monitor training. I just want to explain a little bit what's involved in monitoring. There's a lot of things that you can do. I'll explain to you kind of how monitoring, as we use it, has evolved and what the purpose is. First of all, the group monitoring is part of an attempt to have a training instrument that forced an observer to look at a wide range of things that the group leader and the group members were supposed to be doing about how well the person complied with the group model. There's two different functions. They overlap a little. Dr. Van Houten, Valerie Van Houten, developed for me a scoring system. We needed something that was easy to score and that would show how much the group was complying with the model as it's supposed to be implemented. But the main purpose of it always was as a training instrument. We did a lot of things before we came up with the rating scale as an instrument for training. The rating scale seems to have stuck, and that leads into what the second purpose of it is. I think the reason that it's stuck is that it has a program evaluation tool. The program evaluation, they want to see a score of the degree of compliance. How well is that particular group complying with the model? Administrators like it because compliance scores are presented in percentage form. So if you get a 75%, you're doing 75% of what's recommended in the group. It's easy for an administrator to sees one group is real low. Someone pay attention to that particular group, see if there's a problem. Most of the agencies that I consult for is what we call external group monitor. External just means there's a person outside the agency who's not a part of the staff. We score them, grade them, send a report in with the score. And the method we use is a cross-sectional method. In other words, we don't look at the whole videotape. We look at the different parts and score it. According to the researcher who works with us on that, the cross-sectional scores come out just about the same as if we look at the whole tape. We have external monitors doing cross-sectional rating of the videotapes for program evaluation purposes. This tells everybody the level that the groups are at, but it doesn't do much to help you bring the group's level up. It's not as good of a training method as someone sitting in the group, watching the whole group, filling out the rating scale, and sitting and talking with you about their observations afterwards. Many of the agencies are trying to develop internal monitors. Somebody inside the program that is watching the group, that has some experience and some training, goes through, rates the group, then sits with the group leader afterwards and talks about what they saw. The internal monitor is more to help the people learn to run the group so that when the external monitor rates the group, they get a decent score. So that's a training function to bring the groups up to a certain level. I don't recommend leaving out either internal or external monitors because it's two different functions. Internal monitor is a trainer. Okay? An external monitor sees groups from a bunch of different facilities, doesn't know anybody in the groups, evaluates them all about the same way, and so the level of standardization as far as probably the validity of the score that an external monitor gives. But because they don't have relationships with the people and they don't meet face-to-face with the people and they don't know the training needs of the individuals, it's not a very good training function. An internal monitor, if they're monitoring the groups and scoring the groups to see the level of compliance, but they're also the person who's responsible to produce the level of compliance. You see, there's a direct conflict of interest there. So those are the reasons why we think an external monitor probably gives a more valid score, but an internal monitor is a better training person because you know the people, you know the program, you have the relationships.